Hello, welcome to the class of HTML5 programming. So today we are going to discuss how to declare the class or the ID selector in HTML program. So let's first discuss about the class selector. So the class selector or the class attribute specify one or more class name for an HTML element, and it is used when there is a need to apply a CSS declaration to a certain element on a web page. So here I designed this program where I use this class selector. So you can see that this is a HTML program. So in head section I had declared the style element, and in between I declared the selector and the declaration. CSS, this is CSS selector and this is CSS declaration. So here I use the class name as the selector, and when we come to the body section, here I declared this class as an attribute, and it's equals to, in quotation mark I have given the class name, and the class name is same as this selector. So we have to use the class name as a selector, and now come to this declaration part. So here in declaration part I declare the background color, the foreground color, the font style and the font size. So let's run this program. Launch in Chrome. So here you can see that it will be displayed like this. So here I set the background color to yellow and foreground color to white, and the font style in the italic form and the font size to the 2em unit, and I declare this class or the class name in this heading. So in here heading I use this class attribute and it's equals to the class name. Again in this heading I use this class selector again, and this in this heading also I use this class name. So where I declare this class selector, the background and the foreground color of this text will be changed. So if I remove this particular class selector or attribute from here, and let's save the program and refresh the browser, so it will remove these style CSS style format from this particular heading, and it will apply the heading to these two where we have declared this class selector. So here we have to place this dot sign in front of the selector or the class name to be used or to be displayed in a browser, so that it will be displayed in browser like this. So this style sheet can be applied to any element by using the class attribute. So this is how we can declare the class attribute or the class selector in HTML program. So now we will discuss about the ID selector. So here this program I had designed for this ID selector. So close this program. So here we will use the CSS ID selector, and for the ID selector it is used to identify and apply a CSS rule uniquely to a single area on a web page. So ID selector may only be applied once per web page. So this is not like the class selector that is applied multiple times on a web page. So while setting a style for an ID, we have to place a hash mark in front of the ID name in style sheet. So let's see the program. Here we have used the style element in head section, and with the head section we have declared the selector, we have declared the CSS selector and declaration. So this is the CSS selector where we use this hash mark, and after that we have given the ID name, and after that we have declared its style. Same way I have declared the second ID where I use the ID name and its declaration. So in the body part I have used this ID selector in this heading where I use the ID attribute equals to the ID name, and same way in this heading I use the ID attribute equals to its value. So when we will run this program, let's run this and go to launch in Chrome. So it will be displayed like this. So here you can see that where I display this ID equals to India, it will show the background color as yellow and the foreground color as red, like here Delhi. So this Delhi mark will be the foreground color will be in red color and background color will be in yellow color, because I declared here in this ID selector. After that, where I use this state value in the ID attribute with this heading, it will display the background color in red mark and the foreground color in the yellow. So here you can see that it displays this heading in this format. So it means the ID selector is used to identify and apply a CSS rule uniquely on a single area of a web page. So here you can see that in this last heading I haven't displayed any ID selector or ID attribute, so it will display like normal. Like this is for H2 heading and this is its paragraph. So this is about how to declare the class selector and ID selector in HTML program. Thank you.